Oh shit,
Alrighty.
this call is now being recorded.
Michael Hernandez of the 10-second mark, and we are here today for the ultimate time, the best of times, to get to sit down and talk with the one, the only, the man of Dethrone, the man behind it all, Mike Moreno. How's it going, brother?
I'm good, bro. All is well, man. We're more blessed than stressed over here. Can't complain.
Yeah, you are always a beacon of energy at 5-5 Fights. I feel anybody that has ever gone to an event will recognize you, will recognize the energy that you carry.
They'll recognize my voice for sure.
That will for sure be one thing that would be on people's minds as well.
Yeah.
How was this all started? Give us the rundown of how it came. What were the original origins of El Palo Duro?
This fool said El Palo Duro. You're wild, fool. That threw me off right there. That was good, Mikey. Well, the origins of El Palo Duro or the origins of where I started, because those are two different stories.
I want to hear them both, man. Let's start with the latter. Let's start with how you got into mixed martial arts and how the whole journey began, and then let's go into El Palo Duro.
All right. Well, I'll give you the short version. The short version is I started wrestling when I was 7. Did that all through junior high and high school and college, a little bit at Fresno City. Won a state championship there at Fresno City as a team. And then I started doing Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu like right after that with the Evangelista brothers, a couple of my buddies from Parlier, Billy and George, a couple other old school dudes in the game. And then I just started training to fight. You know what I mean? And then I did my fighting career, and then when that was over because of some medical issues, I started coaching. I started coaching, and then now I'm at Dethrone. You know what I mean? But I've been at Dethrone for about 5 or 6 years now. You know, we just kind of spoke it into fruition, and through a lot of time put in and a lot of things learned, it's kind of got me to where I am now. And then I started working with 559 Fights and Jeremy, and just trying to move forward, bro. Try to be the best I can. And my ultimate goal with this whole MMA thing is to bring up the Central Valley as a community in MMA, because everybody, you know, we all know NorCal, Diaz brothers, we all know SoCal, a jiu-jitsu hub, but nobody really realizes that both those NorCal and SoCal have to drive through CenCal to get all that extra work, and nobody really knows a lot about our wrestling prowess and our history of grappling here. We got like two of the top 5 high school wrestling programs in Clovis, in the whole country. You know, Buchanan and Clovis, they're always up there. And we got Selma Wrestling, who is always up there. That's 3. You know what I mean? And they're really good programs. A lot of those kids end up going out of state for college and stuff, but the ability and the coaching, it's there, bro. And the Central Valley needs somebody and somebody to like take it to that next level, so we can get some respect put on our name. You know what I mean? As a community, not just one gym, bro, not just one promotion, not just one anybody, but like the whole community as a whole. You know what I mean? If there's no competition, then we don't grow. We get too stagnant, we're too comfortable, and we need competition to grow. So we have a lot of really good quality gyms, and we need all of them to be better, and we need all to compete against each other to make us better. So that's my goal, just to like when the UFC comes here, we want them to look at the Central Valley and be like, yo, we can get a lot of good guys on there, and let's put them fucking to work. We don't have that right now. You know what I mean? In the Central Valley, maybe in NorCal and SoCal, but not in the Central Valley. And we need that as a community. And we got a lot of really good coaches out here that are fully capable of taking guys to that next level. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my goal. I kind of digress from my story, but you know, I really want to get that out there that building the Central Valley as an MMA community to come together and leave all this political bullshit outside of our goals of reaching the top of the MMA game, because we have that ability here in the Central Valley, and that's really my goal, to bring respectfully, fight each other and bring the competition, but respectfully work together still.
Had plenty of talent reach that UFC level. I mean, all over the Central Valley, not just in Fresno. I mean, you look at over there in the Visalia area, you got Marion Renault going to UFC. You also have Mason Fowler. He was huge, still a huge grappling prowess. I believe he has a grappling
he's doing
match
really well.
soon. And you just never know. You just never know where exactly a great in the sport can sprout up from. And it's been absolutely amazing being able to see the development of MMA. Hell, even Tulare had Antonio Benuelos. He was in the WEC and now coaching the guys over here at the Pit, another Valley product. So you really good. There's so many areas.
Exactly. That's why I keep saying, like, bro, we don't have that same. Well, I think what we need maybe is somebody to like, maybe bring a belt back to the Central Valley to let them know. You know what I mean? Like, I think the closest guy we've ever had to that was Joe Soto when he fought TJ. That was a really big thing for the Central Valley. And now speaking of Mason, he's doing really good things. He's going to fight one of the best guys in jiu-jitsu, arguably the GOAT, you know, which is super fucking cool, bro. Mason's a really good kid too, man. Lot of talent, really good dude. Known that guy since he was out of high school. Good kid, man. Good kid. I've worked with a lot of really good talent. Just trying to build something homegrown. You know what I mean? Is a challenge. Takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. Not a lot of these youngsters are willing to put in the work and sacrifice what it takes to get to that pinnacle. You know what I mean? And then we got some guys that are willing to put in that work and sacrifice, but it's tough to find. It's tough to go from like the low level as a pro to the next level, because you're kind of in the middle sometimes, where like you ran through all the lower level guys, but none of the upper level guys really want to give you that shot to break through. You know what I mean? And sometimes you can get caught in that gray area, which I think we have my boy Stomatic is kind of in that area right now, but he's got a fight coming up in December with A1, so that should be a good matchup for him. Super excited about that.
I believe that'll be a very good matchup for him as well over there in December. Going to be at the Visalia Convention Center, part of that 2-day event with the 559 Fights crew. Going to be a very, very good event. I'm super excited to see Still get back in the cage. As you were saying, I know he's kind of in that middle way of being right at that UFC or the UFC feeder levels of the Cage Warriors, or being at the Dana White Contender Series. And you also have his brother, who's also been having some pretty polarizing experiences.
Motherfucking Landshark,
combat. How is it to have these guys both being from the city of Parlier, where you are from, but also to have them both be so dedicated to their craft and being involved as a family? Does it help to kind of create that like fire between them both, or is it just it's not even needed? They got it in themselves.
They're very similar and very different. Those two guys, you know, they're really, really talented guys. But you know, life happens, and sometimes that becomes an obstacle. Life in itself, you know what I mean? I think Stillmatic is in the gym a lot more because he teaches and heads up our kids program. So he's in there a lot. I see him a lot. and Landshark is in there as much as he can be with a full-time job and a brand new baby. I think she's like 1 now. So he's a new dad, so that's a lot of responsibility, a lot on his plate. You know what I mean? I understand that,
Most definitely.
but both of them they have the ability, bro. They just need that breakthrough for them. And Landshark is on a 2-fight win streak. Both finished in the first round, and Stillmatic is on I think he's on a 1 or 2 fight win streak as well. Not with A1, but just in general. But he's a super hard worker, really, really intelligent. We've been working a lot on fight IQ, breaking down film some more, and that kind of thing. So I think a lot of it is a testament to the team as a whole as well, because we can't do it solo, right? Stillmatic has a lot of really good bodies in there to work with him in like around the same size. We're fortunate enough to have a lot of the Central Valley different teams from different places come and train with us on our Throwdown Thursday. I think that's a really, really big what's the word I'm looking for here? Help for him to just get different looks from different people and work on the things that we've been going over all week. So I think that's a big deal. We got a lot of young, really tough up and coming kids like Chris Paez and Josh Simpson. We got a couple big guys like Mikey and Michael Ramirez and Bugatti. We just have a really, really solid team, a really good energy that's at the team right now. And Rick Falcon is doing a really good job. We got an awesome coaching staff with Coach Russell and Coach Drew, and crew comes in sometimes, myself. Like I said, Billy and George are in there sometimes. Jasper, my old Muay Thai coach, like just a lot of really solid dudes. You know what I mean? And if you think about it, because the the local MMA community, you're from, you got a lot of guys that and family that are here out here still, right? And if you think about it, like all the top gyms in one way or another have a core group of guys that used to train together, and that's the Buhawi team from way back in the day, like Brandon Cash, myself, LeVar, Billy and George. Art used to train with us back in the day. We just a bunch of really, really solid fucking dudes that have just been in the game for a long time, and that's a testament to the deep roots that we have here. And all those guys are coming in and doing really good things. We got guys that fought at the Valley Fight Series recently that did really well. Chris Lewis, I think he did really good job. I thought he won that fight. Destiny is new to our team. She did a really good job and listened to coaching over there. I worked a little bit with Zach. He did a really good job of listening. Like I said, just a lot of really good guys that are around the team that are helping. You know what I mean? It helps when you have a lot of good bodies and a lot of different inputs, so you can kind of work on things that sometimes you may not see. You know, but I just try to keep everybody going in the right direction, and we all try to stay on the same page, coaches at Dethrone, and try to do what's best for the team. And no one person is bigger than the team, and myself included. You know, nobody on the team is bigger than anybody else. We all have to stay humble and just do our best to be the best that we can, and we'll see where it goes in the future.
I've talked with you kind of off the record a little bit, and you and Rick actually, about the progression of Dethrone. You know, obviously from back in its day, from kind of obviously being the AK affiliate, and then having a couple of years where it was in the trajectory of possibly shutting down, and then you guys coming back over there and turning it around, and now getting it to where you guys are having everybody from no matter what gym. You guys have people from Halo BJJ and Art Hernandez and Coach Crew, and you even are bringing in people that are fighters from other gyms, like how you were saying, Jenna Creason, Jaylene Delcid. You have the whole Delcid family actually going over there getting in work. How has it been to kind of be this mecca for the mixed martial arts community?
You know, I like I said earlier, bro, I'm super blessed, bro. Way more blessed than stressed. I can't complain. I think it's really about the vibe that you put off at the gym. Like, there really is no politics. We're not fucking trying to steal students. Like, we understand everybody wants to get to work. We're not over here trying to poach nobody. That's not right, bro. Like, like I said, without the other gyms, there is no competition. And we need each other to help push ourselves to get better. You know what I mean? Back in the day, like we have two locations, Dethrone does. The other location is amazing, bro. We got really, really good coaching staff over there. Nick Bustamante and Coach Brian over there are doing a great job. Noro's over there. Coach Mike Potts was over there. RIP to Mike Potts. But it used to be like this us versus them mentality between the two gyms. You know what I mean? And since I've took over at this gym, at this new location, it's more of a let's come together and bring each other together and work with each other. You know what I mean? And get rid of this weird taste in our mouth for when this gym goes over there or that gym comes over here and it's like weird or something like that. Like, it's fucking stupid, bro. It really is. It's dumb. Like, for what? We're teammates at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, why we're gonna build some sort of animosity? And we've done, I think, a really good job of breaking that wall down and building relationships and just being humble, bro. Like, at the end of the day, you know, be humble, sit down and be humble. And that's it, because we can all learn something from each other. You know what I mean? Respectfully, we can disagree, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Not everybody's going to agree with each other, but we got to respect each other's opinions and do what's right. You know what I mean? And if we really fucking want to throw it down, we have the gym. Throw it down then. Fuck it. And leave it on the mat. And leave it there.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it's all love, bro. And if anybody wants to come by, you know, just hit us up and everybody, all gyms are welcome. Throwdown Thursdays, 6:30 to 8:30. Clovis and Clinton, you guys are all welcome to come by. Anybody who's watching this, come by. It's all good. There's no politics. Leave your ego at the door, you know, and follow the gym rules. They're very basic rules, you know. No shoes on the mat. Put your shoes on when you get off the mat. You know what I mean? And no bullying. Just fuck each other up. But, you know, you can tell when somebody's way better than somebody else and they're just putting the beat down on. See, that kind of shit ain't cool. And I don't care what gym you're from, bro. Like, even if it's one of my guys beating somebody else's guys up, I'm going to let them know, hey, bro, that shit ain't cool. Don't be doing that shit. It's not, you know, it's not. We all got to work in the morning at the end of the day. So you know, just be humble. I can't say it enough,
man.
Be humble.
I love it, man. It's the most true thing in MMA, especially a lot of people, for whatever reasons, don't seem to leave their egos at the door and will oftentimes get a little bit flared up and just kind of angry for no reason, although they're at a place. And I've never understood this about MMA, but you touched on it earlier. It's the one place where you can go inside of a place, go and fight, and not get arrested, not get in trouble. So why are you gonna act out? Why are you gonna be angry? Why are you gonna be upset? Just go in there and fight. Well, you know.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But what do I know? I'm just the guy that commentates and talks about the fights, you know. So
hey, bro, I got a homie that's just like you, bro. Like, except he doesn't have the balls enough to get on the mat like you do sometimes. You know what I mean? You've been on the mat at our mats, and you come and train with us, and that's cool. But I got a good friend who's the exact same way. Like, he understands we can talk MMA, and he understands what I'm saying, but the motherfucker doesn't want to get on the mat, Andy. And you know who I'm fucking talking about.
Get on those mats. Get with Coach Mike Moreno. Learn that smash jiu-jitsu.
And I've known him forever, bro. I've known him forever. He was the best man in my wedding. Super cool, dude. Super cool guy, man.
Andy, what are you doing, Andy?
He's being a little fucking girl, bro. He's being a brat.
Talk a little bit about that MMA career of yours, Mike, because I feel a lot of people, although they may know about you and your MMA coaching prowess, they may not know that you also had a pretty fruitful MMA career. You were very popular in the Central Valley during your time. El Palo Duro. Go into that nickname a little bit. Just tell the people, what does it even mean?
It's
What
not
exactly?
Spanish. My fucking Jasper got it fucked up. He's like, yeah, Mike hits hard, Moreno, but like, I guess that's in Filipino. That's what that means. That's what he was trying to say, because I was known for my kicks, not even my grappling prowess. Right? It was more for kicking. Um, but yeah, I started with him. Jasper was my Muay Thai coach, and like I said, the Buhawi boys, that whole crew of guys were fucking killers. And if you don't know about them, ask about them, because we're deep in the MMA game. He still has his gym. Buhawi's out there still. But yeah, I started, fighting under that banner, and then I was supposed to be on season 11 of The Ultimate Fighter, and I went to that's the season that Court McGee won. And I went to Vegas for medicals. They found a blood clot in my brain, and that was the end of my fight career, essentially. I went into I was in a really bad place in my life, and just depressed and doing every drug under the sun and drinking myself to sleep, and just in a horrible place, bro. You know what I mean? Depressed, and that shit'll fuck you up if you let it. And I had to just come out of it. A really good mushroom experience helped me come out of that, and kind of gave me a third person's perspective. And I started getting back into coaching, and Ralph gave me a chance to help him coach at his gym, and I took that chance and I ran with it. And then I started teaching at Dethrone after that, and I started getting into coaching, and that's around the same time where I started looking for a jiu-jitsu lineage that we didn't have at the time. So I hit up my buddy Henry Cortez, who directed me and introduced me to Eduardo Rocha. This was back when I was still a brown belt, brand new brown belt, still no stripes. I didn't have anybody to stripe me up, and then I started learning the ways of the smash, and really, really detailed, important. Some would say old school. I like to say timeless jujitsu, and so that's when I got with him, and my jujitsu game went through the fucking roof, learning from him. And he's like, if you guys don't know who Eduardo Rocha is, look him up, bro. He's a bad motherfucker. A bad motherfucker. He's a black belt under Royler Gracie, multiple-time world champion, master world champion. He's Pan Am's champion, American Games champion. Like, just a bad, super technical jiu-jitsu practitioner. We're a Six Blades affiliate, and I'm super proud to be that, because the only one in the Central Valley. We have a lot of really, really quality jiu-jitsu instructors in our lineage. Sanjay Ibero being the tip of the spear. He's our leader. He's come and done a couple workshops at Dethrone, and as well as Eduardo. And I just trying to be better in every way I can. Forever white belt, like Grandmaster Helio says, right? Forever white belt, bro. I'm always going to be a student of the game, and now I'm just trying to pass on the little bit that I do know to the students, because at the end of the day, I want a really good legacy to be left behind for my kids. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, I want when I'm gone and worm food, I want my students to hold that same standard. And if my son ever fucking comes to him, I want them to speak highly of me, and let him know, like, hey, bro, that motherfucker knew what the fuck he was doing. You know what I mean?
He was a bad guy. Like,
yeah, that was a bad motherfucker, a solid dude, bad motherfucker. And that's really what fills my heart and soul, is to just try to leave the best example for my kids and my family.
Many people, me included, saying about the good graces of Mike Moreno long after you were gone. But I know you're not going to be gone for quite some time
Bro, I'll be
because
here.
you are
I'm
you
not
keep
leaving,
that
bro.
healthy lifestyle.
They're gonna have to
Keep in shape.
they're gonna have to drag my ass off the fucking mats, bro. I'm gonna die on the mats, and they're gonna have to call the paraplegics and carry my ass off. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, for real.
100%.
I'm never gonna fucking stop doing this shit. And nobody should. Everybody should get into martial arts, man. It's not just about MMA or jiu-jitsu or wrestling or boxing or Muay Thai or whatever you fucking kung fu, whatever. Do something. Get up off the fucking couch. Stop being a lazy fucking do something. You know what I mean? Do
That'll be
something.
on the gravestone, right? Stop being a lazy fucking do something. I think
Yeah,
that should be it.
Stop being a lazy fucking do something for real. Everybody knows me, bro. Like, I don't sugarcoat shit. I'm very I'm unapologetically myself. even when I'm talking to people who have big money in a corporate situation, I really don't give a fuck who you are. I'm gonna just be me. Take it or leave it for what it is.
You got to respect it, man, and
You know?
you always do keep it very real, and I can respect that in you. That's why I always know if I ever go to you, you will always give me the most honest answer that I'm looking for. But to
I
talk a
really
little bit
will,
about
bro.
honesty, I want to hear a little bit of honesty about these last couple of fights for you for your MMA career. Gary Padilla, man, you guys put on some wars. Talk us through that.
Yeah,
How was
I
that
would have
to have
loved.
that?
I would have loved to have done a trilogy. Gary's a tough. He's a bad man, bro. That's a tough motherfucking wrestler right there. I think he trained with Dominic Cruz at what's Dominic Cruz's gym's name? Can't even remember the name of it. But he was training over there in San Diego. Man, we're going way back to the War God days.
War God, yeah,
Fuck, bro, that's old,
wargod.tv.
bro. That's fucking old, dude. Shit. I fought Gary the first time. I lost, and that was with a San Diego promotion, I believe. I can't remember which one it was.
Total Combat?
But yeah, it might have been. It was old school, bro. But I lost that fight. Gary fucking lateraled my ass, and I ended up losing a split decision, I believe, I think. Or he might have caught me with the leg lock. I can't remember, but I lost. I wanted to keep it standing. My jiu-jitsu was trash back then. And I was just a wrestler who could strike. But I lost. But then I came back, and I won the second fight that we had. My jiu-jitsu got a lot better, and I got a lot wiser, and I let my hands go, which I didn't do before. And I ended up winning a split decision. That was here in Fresno at the Selland Arena. We were the co-main event, and Ken Shamrock was actually the main event.
Wow.
Which was cool.
Yeah.
And then my very last fight was at the Madera Fairgrounds. That was against
William Johnson?
No, that was Little Bear at the casino. It was fuck, I can't remember his fucking name. He was a black dude. It was at the fairgrounds, and anyways, he fought at Combate America or whatever. But anyways, I finished that fight in a rear naked choke. Or excuse me, we don't do rear naked chokes. We do mata leons. But anyways, I finished that fight. And that was the last one I remember ever doing, was that fight. Man, that's a long time ago, bro. I don't even think about that shit anymore, bro. Most of my students, when they come and they talk to me, they're like, I remember seeing you doing I looked you up and I seen the video for the Ultimate Fighter that you did, the promo video or whatever, because you had to do like a promo video to sell yourself in order to submit it and get on, like an application video for the
I know
Ultimate
that
Fighter.
video.
You
I
know what
know
I
that
mean?
video.
And they're like, yeah, I remember that shit, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fuck, bro, that's not even the same fucking dude, bro. First of all, I don't
Those
have
are
any
two
more
different
hair.
people. Those are
Yeah.
two different
And
people. I watched that
that
video
guy,
and I was like, this is not Mike Moreno. Like, I
nah,
was
bro,
so
that
shocked.
guy,
You were so cocky in that video. It was
bro,
hilarious.
oh, I'm so embarrassed from that shit, bro, to be honest with you. I'm like, oh my God, don't even look at that shit, bro. It's because I didn't give a fuck, bro. Like, I was not a God-fearing man. I was an atheist back then. And I was like just fucking wild, bro. Anyone, anytime, any place, a fight anywhere. I didn't give a fuck, you know, love to party and just like, I was just like a Rolling Stone. It was just a horrible person, bro. That guy was just like arrogant. You know what I mean? Like arrogant. And I don't like that person who I was. So that's why I'm very different from that person who I was then to now. That's why I'm like really big on humility and I love God with all my heart, soul, and might, and try to do the best that I can and be the best example for that guy was not a good example for my kids, bro. That is not a good example. That was a horrible example. But it is who it is. That I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't have to go through that bullshit of yesterday. You know what I mean?
No,
But
100%. It's helped added to the character now.
right. So I get it. I get it. But you have to have confidence in this game. If you're not confident within yourself, like you're gonna fucking go in there and get your ass kicked, bro. You know?
Oh, yeah.
We've gotten our ass kicked. We've kicked some ass. It's twofold, but you learn more from your losses than you do your wins. And one of my students, he gave me a really good saying. He said, "No losses, only lessons." So thanks, Jose, for that. That was a really good lesson, really good takeaway. Um, oh, I forgot to mention one of our other coaches, my compa Rudy Cruz. He's also in there helping us out. Really, really pivotal part of the whole team behind the scenes too. Talking to the guys and teaching them. Rudy's dad actually is who taught me a lot of boxing when
Wow.
I was coming up. Him and his dad and Coach Rudy what helped me a lot with my boxing, and we're family now. I go over to his house and our wives talk to each other, and they're really good friends. And it's a really our coaching staff is like a family. You know what I mean? Like we all talk to each other. Our wives talk to each other, and we talk to each other. We spend holidays together. We do Friendsgivings together. And I think that's a really crucial part to the team itself because it gives them a time to kind of like talk outside of business and work. You know what I mean? Kind of let our hair down a little bit, and if we do have an issue, we can kind of like poke fun at each other respectfully and laugh about it, and it gets it off our chest. And it's okay, like I said, to disagree. Just talk about it, bro. It's no need to like get in shouting matches or fight each other or anything like that. We just got to be better people overall. I think that can be said for the world in general right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, no, 100%.
Just in the in the uh, in the immortal words of Rodney King, can't we all just get along? If you don't know who Rodney King is, you're fucking too young. Look him up.
Oh, I know. I was just about to ask. So about your, I know you were talking a little bit about how you didn't like the guy you were while you were fighting. You had a lot of things that you wanted to work out. Was there any like a wake up call that kind of? I know you were saying that the call to coaching helped you out, but did the moment after the
Yeah.
Ultimate Fighter, after they informed you about the blood clot, were things like that? Were they kind of puncturing? Were they like, oh man, let me kind of reevaluate, or was it just did it all come into fruition once the coaching and everything came about?
Yeah, I think it was when I started coaching. I got married, I had my kids. I found God, and I think that really, getting older, you become wiser, you know. um, there's another saying that really helped me is strength is to youth what wisdom is to old folks. And becoming wiser and recognizing that you don't know it all and there's a lot out there you still need to learn. And then trying to live a better life is not easy. And being that that perfect example for your kids, like I keep saying, man, is huge. Um, Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson and uh, Christ Forgiveness Ministries, based out of LA. I think they really helped me to figure shit out. You know what I mean? And just doing the silent prayer every night by yourself. That kind of stuff. It really sounds kind of cliche and dumb, bro. But it's real, bro. Like just being still and knowing God, and it helps a lot, bro. To like put things into perspective and realize that, bro, you're being a horrible example for your fucking kids. And what kind of people are they gonna be when they grow up? Like I gotta set the standard hard for my two daughters. They're gonna marry somebody just like me. And if I'm a fucking piece of shit, they're gonna marry a piece of shit. And then I'm gonna be like, damn, why the fuck did you marry them? And I gotta look back on myself and see, well, what kind of standard did you teach them? You know what I mean? Like you gotta fucking teach them better, bro. You gotta be a better example and let them feel and know what it's like to be respected and led in the right direction by a man, like a real man. There's a lot of boys out here, but like a man, you know what I mean? Somebody who's doing things the right way. And we don't have a lot of that right now. Common sense isn't common anymore. And you know, we got a lot of fucking idiots, and unfortunately, you can't fix stupid. You know what I mean? And that that really helped me, and to take that kind of mentality into the gym. A lot of the best fighters come from broken homes, bro, and they've had to fight their whole life, you know. And a lot of these youngsters don't have that um, father figure in their life. You know what I mean? That solid leader in their
Solid
life.
figure. You
You
know, a
know,
solid
yeah, that
figure, of
solid
course.
leader in their life to lead them in the right direction. Um, and that's what we got to do. And that's what I started to do at Dethrone, and it's been working. You know, like I said, bro, we don't win every fight. We're not the best, but I try to be the best. You know what I mean? I don't claim to be the best fucking jiu-jitsu gym or MMA gym or boxing gym or Muay Thai gym. I just try to be the best coach I can be, and hopefully that's enough to teach these youngsters the right way to go and the right way to be. And like I said, humility is everything, bro. We got a lot of really good leaders in our gym. Stomatic is one of the tip of the spear at our gym, who's leading the way in the right way, and how to teach these youngsters the craft of hard work. The guy wakes up in the morning and goes to the gym, does strength and conditioning, goes and works, you know, an 8-hour shift at work, and then comes and works again to train again in the evening time. Teaches the kids, then does fighter training, jujitsu, you know, boxing, Muay Thai, does it all. And then he wakes up and he does it again. You know what I mean? So some of these guys can do it. Some of these guys want to do it, but they don't have the fucking will and the drive and the, for lack of a better word, the fucking balls to put themselves out there. Everybody
Um,
wants to be a fighter, bro, and they want that pat on the back at GB3 when they're fucking hanging out with their friends at parties. Yeah, I fight. You know, I do this, I do that, but they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the fucking work, and that I think that's a problem for all coaches right now. And I'm not sure what the solution is of fixing that, but that's what we call the ego. I had that problem when I was young too. That's why I know it can be destructive. You know what I mean? And I know how bad it can be. So I try to advocate against it you know, with all my heart, soul, and might. But, you know, some guys take it the wrong way and feel some type of way about it. And they just got to put that shit to the side. And then some guys, you don't have to fucking tell them anything. You give them the schedule, you let them fucking go, and they fucking flourish. So, you know, it's the fight game. It is what it is. We're going to fucking, it's going to be tough. It's not easy. So we just keep moving.
Love hearing your thoughts, especially after it doesn't matter if you win, if you lose, you always have the best, I guess it's the anecdotes to kind of pull through from the night. I remember there was one evening, I can't remember what fight it went, but you guys had had a couple of fighters out there, and it just wasn't you guys' best night. You know, I think you guys went 1 for 3 on the evening, but
Went
I
home
heard
losers.
you say, but you said something after that I don't hear from coaches very often, and you said, I know I'm not the best at the moment, but I'm working to be the best. And that's always stuck with me about you, is that you don't claim to be like the number one guy, and you don't claim to be the number one knowledge about everything. And that just goes to show that you don't carry that ego, and you don't carry that like, hey, I'm the best at this, I'm the best, look at me. You're like, hey, I'm looking to build something here, which I think more coaches should go about that mentality. We're talking about fighters and the way their mentality is. I think a lot of coaches should look at you as an example and be like, hey, this guy's looking to build something instead of making it about themselves, you know, which obviously I understand in MMA there's a lot of greats, and there's a lot of greats, but there's also a lot of people that are willing to be great, and there's a lot of people that are wanting to be great. So I appreciate people like you that are willing to put themselves out there like that, man, because
kind words, Mr. Michael. I appreciate that. There's also the flip side of that too, which is which makes some coaches speak out, which is, man, that coach didn't do fucking shit. They fucking suck, and they're claiming to be the fucking best. So we also got to call McDojos out too. You know what I mean? People who pretend to be this, that, and the other, and like have this big ego, and then they're fucking trash. You know what I mean? But I also don't think the best way to do that is to put them on blast. I think the best way to do that is to approach them as a fucking man, face to face, and let them know, this is my opinion. We can agree to disagree, or we can not. Or if you want to fucking fight me, I mean, we can, but that's not really going to solve anything. You know,
like, we're in this industry, we're in the fight game.
I don't think there's one coach that's afraid to fight. Like, they're not afraid to fight. They all can fight, but like it's not really going to solve the problem. You know what I mean? It's just not. You know what I mean? But it's one. There's also the show aspect to it, and you're, I think, all too familiar with this. Like, we'll take McGregor, for example, one of the best showmen in the game. You know what I mean? Like, I love listening to him talk shit. It's hilarious.
It's great.
You know what I mean? But behind the scenes, he's shaking hands and being super respectful to everybody in the building. You know what I mean? I don't think everybody sees that. They just see the showman. You know what I mean? And they feel some type of way about him. People in the industry, in the game, really understand, like, you got to put asses in seats, bro, if you want to get paid. You know what I mean? Whether that be they want to come see you get your ass kicked, or they want to see you win. Either way, you need to put asses in seats. And a lot of guys don't get that right now. Like, yes, be the showman. Put it out there. I don't care. That's not a big deal. But be respectful about it at the end of the day. It's just a showman, bro. Like, that's okay.
A lot of people often hate on Colby Covington, and I often tell them, Clovis alum, he's from the Clovis area.
I'm a fan.
Like, we're not even going to get into the political aspect of him, but just as a character, as him, I just feel a lot of people don't look at the marketing that goes into that. Like, you have to realize there's demographics, and you have to realize there's
genius with that.
Yes, there's 100%. There's like how you said, there's a showmanship aspect to it, almost like a WWE-esque kind of. I wouldn't compare it too much on the hammer on the nail to WWE, but I would definitely say
they're in the right area, though.
It's the right area, yeah. You need to be that character. You need to sell yourself, because, like how you said, it's not just enough to be an amazing fighter with knockout. Because because there's so many guys that can knock out other guys nowadays. You need to be the
Yeah.
guy that separates himself, that creates a personality, creates a brand. And I think you were doing
Brand. That's a good fucking word.
you were doing a great job of that, especially too with Stillmatic and the fighters, the prize fighters only. And then you have Landshark, and obviously he's creating the name of the Landshark and kind of making it into one of his own. I know there's a lot of kind of guys that claim to be Landsharks or whatever, but you know, he's kind of trying to eradicate all of the competition. And I love that. See, like those are things, but if you go and talk to those Avalos brothers, they are some of the most respectful gentlemen you will ever meet. And that is not me trying to be biased. That is, I guarantee if you go to any member of the MMA community and ask them, hey, have you ever met Jose Avalos? Hey, have you ever met Christian Avalos? They're never going to have a bad word to say about them.
And if you, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that just goes to show like what exactly you're feeding into, the whole McGregor aspect that, hey, you know what? Be a showman. Show off, you know, say what you want to say, be how you want to be. But at the same time, you have to realize there's a respect aspect that goes into this mixed martial arts game.
Right. That's a good point. If you just see Alex like a mugshot of him, you'll be like, oh, that fucking gangbanger, because he looks kind of mean and he has a little logo tattoo right here on his face. You know what I mean? So it kind of looks like he's not a nice guy. But when you talk to him, you're like, oh my gosh, totally judge a book by its cover. What the fuck? This guy's one of the coolest, most humble, nicest guys you'll ever fucking meet. And I think MMA fighters as a whole kind of have that stigma. You're a fucking MMA fighter. All you do is fight. You like to fight. You fucking fight. But when you meet them, like, they're probably the most chillest people you ever meet. And the ones that are the last to actually start a fight. You know what I mean? Because they do it every day. There's no need for them to fucking fight. They do it every day. Like, it's literally what they do for a living. It's no big deal to fight, and they don't have to prove anything to anybody. You know, I say jiu-jitsu the most has this way of killing the ego, because sometimes people just need an ass whooping. And I say sometimes, especially the youngsters, the young kids these days, the parents want to coddle them too much, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, Mio. Nah, that motherfucker needs an ass whooping. You know what I mean? And the same thing goes for adults sometimes. Like, people will come in with an ego at the door, and we'll just be so nice and kill them with kindness, and then you get on the mat, and you fucking respectfully whoop their ass without hurting them, and show them what kind of control you could have done and damage you could have done, and they're like, whoa, this is fucking crazy. I'm not as good as I thought. I need to fucking chill the fuck out with this shit. And you kind of earn this respect, you know what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing to see. I say jiu-jitsu is the antidote of the ego. You know?
I really agree with that. I think because even me too, like a lot of guys that I've gone with on the mats, and obviously this isn't going for every single person, but they'll be like, oh man, like I did not expect you to be that hard to take down. I'm like, well, I mean, I know I'm a smaller guy, but you still like, it goes into the thing of like, hey,
and you have a kind soul. You're a nice dude. You come off very, very polite and very non-threatening, but when you have to turn it on, it's there.
It's
but
there.
You don't have to have that. You don't have to lead with that, though. You know what I mean? It's not necessary. For what?
No.
Don't fucking don't take my kindness for weakness. Remember that.
Yeah. No one likes to get MLH Media angry. You know, it's like the Hulk said. But talk a little bit about some 559 fights that we have coming up, man. 559 Fights 101. A huge card for you. You got Mike Ramirez coming back at the lightweight division. You also, my apologies there. You also have a couple of other guys that are looking to be on the December card, I believe.
I have this in November. We have Chris Paez.
Chris Paez as well, yes.
Yeah. And in December we have Isaac Johnson. We call him Bugatti. And we have Jose Riojas. Who's all three of those guys really, really super hard-working dudes. You know what I mean? They all come from different backgrounds, but we all train the same kind of things. We are a very grappling heavy gym, so we do a lot of grappling, not a specific set of, like, we're not wrestlers, judokas, or jujitsu players. Not any specific. We just do grappling for MMA as a whole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of everything. Um, those guys. Chris has a really bright future, man. That guy can be really, really fucking good if he just slows down a little bit. He's got a lot of talent. Had an lost an unfortunate fight, his last fight, by up kick, when I feel like he was winning. You know, he was winning that fight. Just got caught with the. I think he got too comfortable. You know what I mean? And got caught with an up kick, which was the beginning of the end for that fight. But I think he's gonna come back smarter and better and more wise and a little more cautious and pick his shots. He's in great shape right now. We've been doing a lot of pad work and grappling work. He's a great wrestler, and I think he's going to do really well in this fight. We expect a dub, but again, if he whatever happens, we're going to be proud of him no matter what, because he's stepped it up. And then we got
I was just about to say, and I was so sad when he got taken off that 100 card, because it was supposed to be the same fight, Mark Hernandez and Chris, with the whole COVID thing. And I know he's somebody that works really hard in there. And obviously we've had our discussions, we've had our interview go up, and I just know he's somebody that, like how you said, like he goes so fast. It's like he's moving.
Chris was really devastated by that, man. He really was looking forward. He had so much family and friends coming to, like, sold out the fucking tickets twice, and tables sold and front row seats sold, and so much invested sponsors and training for him at the last minute to catch that China virus was just devastating for him, bro. You know what I mean? But he's back and he feels great, and he'll be ready this time. And he'll be ready to go. He won't. I hope he doesn't get sick. I don't want to jinx it or nothing, but he's ready to go. He's fucking feeling great. He's looking great. He's on weight, ready to fucking go and healthy. No injuries. So that's a plus, and very rare plus in this game to go in there with no injuries, right? Yeah. And then we have Bugatti, and Jose coming up in December are going to be. I think Bugatti's got the tougher of the fights against Kyle. Kyle, a really fucking good kid. I know Kyle very well personally. Really respectful and humble kid. I think that's going to be a really good fight between Isaac and Kyle.
Wow, that's going to be a banger.
I think Isaac's got the striking advantage because he's got the reach advantage. He's really strong, really explosive. We've been working on his setups and explosivity and when to go and when not to go. And he's got a really good wrestling game. We've been working on his jiu-jitsu game as well. And he's got an underrated grappling game, man. He's a little awkward sometimes, but he gets it done. He gets the job done. He's really, really tough to finish. Really, really tough kid. Works really hard. Blue collar guy, man. He's a family man. He's got a wife and kids that he's with the gym that are supporting him every day at the gym. They come to the gym with him every day. I think it's awesome that his son watches him fucking train every single day. His son's there with him. His wife and his kids are there with him. It's a beautiful thing. Super solid family dude, man. You know what I mean? And we got Jose Riojas, who also brings his son in with him sometimes. And I think that's a beautiful thing for them to see them training in and day out. He's got his brother and his couple buddies with him, and they always come together. Like there's like 4 of them that come together, and they show up every fucking day to train, bro, and train hard. And he come to us from another gym as well, from TKM, with some really good striking background, and we've been adding a lot of footwork and setups and wrestling and jiu-jitsu to his Muay Thai, and he's responded really, really well to increase his Muay Thai with Coach Drew and Coach Crew over there with One Kicks and No Mercy. So just a little bit of everything, bro. Like I said, we're super blessed to have the guys that we do and the coaching staff that we have that kind of keep us all together. Like we all know our own lane and we all stay in our lane, but still talk to each other. Like Rick knows his lane. His lane is management and making sure all the fucking guys have their medicals done and they have their licensing are done. And he fucking stays on to me. He puts out a lot of little fires that are in the gym that nobody ever really knows about because he puts them out before shit even happens.
Before
You
the
know what I
flames
mean?
spread.
So yeah, bro, he's so good at that, bro. And
Yeah, I love Rick. Rick's a
he's
great
so
guy.
good at promoting the fighters and promoting Dethrone itself, making sure that everybody has what they need. You know what I mean? The fighters are comfortable. He makes sure I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? Coach Lamar, he knows his lane. He's in the boxing lane. He's all about hands, and he's our go-to guy that people don't even fucking know this, bro. But that guy is in the back wrapping every single fucking one of our guys' hands every
Yes,
single
sir.
fucking time and says nothing, gives no complaints, asks for no recognition. He's so fucking humble, bro. And he just gets the fucking job done. That's what I mean by having this beautiful family of a coaching staff. You know what I mean? Him and his kids and his wife are in there every fucking day. You know, his wife does jiu-jitsu class with me while he's doing boxing class and kicking ass. You know what I mean? And we got Coach Drew, who's freed up some time and teaching the guys fucking a lot of Muay Thai. He's got his sister in there too, and he's got his fucking family in there just busting ass and kicking butt. You know what I mean? And Coach Russell, man, I think that was the last missing piece that we needed was Coach Russell and his wrestling prowess. He comes to us from up north. He really good dude. Trained with the Scrap Pack and those guys up there, and brings to us a really strong wrestling background that a lot of the guys need. I mean, I can do all those things, but hey, get out of here, motherfucker! My fucking dog. Sorry.
No worries.
He can do all those things too, bro. You know, like I can do all those things, but I can't do all of them by myself. You know what I mean? We all need to work together. So I just make sure that that we're all on the same page. And like, for example, I can't have our guy teaching one thing and then like I can't have Lamar teaching one thing and Drew teaching another that's completely opposite. We kind of teach the similar things. Same thing with me and Coach Russell. Like if we're teaching the same single leg, and from that single leg, we're teaching what we can go to from once it goes to the ground. So it's fluid and it works together
Cohesive
instead
unit,
of working against each other. You know what I mean? And that's something that I think our coaching staff and our management staff are really good at doing is communicating with each other and making sure we all stay on the same page. You know what I mean?
Coach Russ, also a former member of the Big Brother house. From what I heard, he was also a reality TV show star back in his day.
Yeah, when he was young and single, I think he was single then.
You're like, I
don't
hope.
know.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't
hey,
know. I don't really know his wife or how long he's been married and stuff. But Coach Russ is a super solid dude. Another really big on family. Coach Russ is, bro. Super solid dude.
Always has
good
his son
family
at the
man.
gym.
Good
Always
family
bringing
man,
his
bro.
family around. Yep.
Yeah.
Love Coach Russ. I love that whole
Yeah.
Dethrone staff, as you stated. Very good fundamentals, and not only that, but very good people. Every single time you ever go up to any of the Dethrone staff, I've never ever had a bad interaction with
It's
any
all
of them.
love, bro.
Yes, always love.
I tell all my guys, bro, like be welcoming, welcome everybody in with open arms. You know what I mean? Be polite, be respectful, be humble, and let new people know that they are welcome here. It's okay. We're not assholes. You know what I mean? We're not dickheads. Unless you come in looking for a fight. Well, that's different. We can be if we want to, but it's just like I said, it's just not necessary, bro. That negative energy, bro, miss me with that shit. Out the fucking door. We don't need that shit.
What are some predictions you have? I know Jose Estrada, he recently got the nod for that December bout to be fighting for the championship against Vlad Burin. And Michael Ramirez, he recently moved down to the 155. Was that at all coordinated in any sort of way, or was it just the way that the cookie crumbled at the end of the night?
just kind of the way the cookie crumbled at the end. I think they're going up to 170 because Mikey can't make 155. I think he's going to be going up because and then Jose does most of his training at our Shaw location with Coach Nick and Coach Brian, and I think the Torch is over there, and Coach Noro, another awesome group of coaches that really know what they're talking about, that have been in this game for a long time. So no matter which location at Dethrone that you go to, you're going to get some really high quality training. So I think that unknowingly, Jason Kraft, who's the owner of both locations, put together a really, really high level, solid group of coaches. You know what I mean? That work cohesively, man. Those guys over there are fucking awesome. And Jason himself, bro, one of the best fucking wrestling coaches in the Central Valley, if not the state, if not the country. He's fucking amazing. And a lot of people don't even realize how good he is at wrestling. You know what I mean? And at coaching. Because a lot of the Clovis and Buchanan kids, and even some of the Selma kids, train at Dethrone Wrestling Club together. It's crazy.
Damn.
But they do. And a lot of it is with Jason. You know what I mean? Sharpening shit up, drilling shit. Drillers make killers, and it's just a beautiful thing to see, bro. He's so humble. He doesn't ask for any recognition. You know what I mean? He just coaches, does his job, and is happy when the kids are successful. He doesn't give a fuck about the politics shit. You know what I mean? Just fucking does it, and he's happy about it. So that's what it's all about, bro. It's really all about the fighter and the success that they have. You know?
Yeah, 100%. I really appreciate your time today, Coach Mike. It's been awesome getting to chat with you and getting to hear just all of your anecdotes from the fight game, all of the analysis that you have upcoming for these 559 fights, and just in general getting to hear your stories from over the years. Was there any last kind of messages that you wanted to share to the crowd listening today, to anybody else that is out there that is possibly looking to get into MMA? Just a message that you wanted to share from Mike Moreno.
Yeah, don't be scared, bro. I know a lot of the times it's scary to walk into a gym out of nowhere, but it's worth it to yourself to go out there and be better. I tell my students all the time, if you can be 1% better in life overall, not necessarily in the gym, but in life overall, 1% every day in 100 days, you're 100% better. Then you flip that switch and you do it again. 1% doesn't take much to do. You know what I mean? And just have some patience and humility and respect for everybody around you. And love God with all your heart, soul, and might, along with nothing else. That's what I did to change my life around, and just be cool. Recognize that everybody's not gonna fucking agree with you, and that's okay.
I like that, man. I like that message, man. I've always loved your ideologies. I've always loved your teachings. I look forward to working with you more. I always look forward to seeing your face on fight days. It's always one of the
thanks, bro. I appreciate you, bro.
It's always one of the greatest times whenever you're getting to hang out with Mike Moreno. And also, make sure if you guys are not wishing Mike Moreno a happy birthday in weeks' time, you guys are doing so, because that big what day? How old are you going to be turning? 21?
Okay, so,
I mean, like, how young are you looking, man?
So November 16th is my birthday, right? That will mark the completion of my 34th year on the mats, grappling, right? I know, right? November 19th, November 18th is the 559 fights. So I'll kind of be celebrating with the guys a little bit then, but the real celebration is going to be going down the following day, November 19th, along with our Friendsgiving at Dethrone Mixed Martial Arts, the Clovis and Clinton location. If you guys, need a plate of food and want to eat, or want to just come and have some fun, we're gonna have a bounce house and a cornhole tournament and some other fun games and prizes for the kids. And it's all free. You know what I mean? $100 goes to the winner of the cornhole tournament. We're gonna do teams of 2, random teams that'll be drawn out of the hat. Rick is gonna put together a little prize package with some Dethrone gear, and Stretch 360 has been kind enough to donate a little prize package for the winner, to throw in for the winner as well. And like I said, the $100 to split between the 2 people, that's, $50 a piece. It's not a lot, but it's just more of a jump in there and let's have some fun. We're gonna do potluck style. So I know myself, I'm gonna be smoking big ass fucking brisket. I do a really good brisket, bro.
Yeah, there we go.
So make sure, if you're in town, Mikey, if you're in town for the fights,
it's my birthday on November 19th, so I may have to pull through for a plate. I was just about to say that. I'm gonna have to slide down.
I got you.
Man, I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that brisket.
I have a birthday present for you too, bro. Just slide through. You already know.
Alrighty, my man. Hey, yes, of course. I will most definitely.
Everybody is welcome. Bring your mama, your daddy, and your bald-headed granny. All are welcome.
Hey, my man. Thank you so much for your time today. Once again, Coach
all love,
Mike.
my brother.
Michael Hernandez of the 10-second mark. We're gonna be signing out over here with Mike Moreno.